radio. Turn the speakers up, man, it's time to stop the show. John Tanner, Ryan Righteous, DJ Jeremiah. We bringing the heat, man, this joint be fire like, bruh. We in the field, we in the field, bruh. We in the field, we in the field. Just put it in work, we raising the bar. You tuned in to the Trackstarz.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah was good.
All right. Trackstarz is partnered with Elevation Boston. The concert is going down this week, y'all. If y'all don't have y'all's tickets yet, man, you better hop on the plane and get there. Make sure you get in the building. It's going to be live and crazy. Preston Perry, AI The Anomaly, Miles Minnick, Scooty Wop, Not Clyde, and lastly, 1K Few. And we got to shout him out, man. It's his birthday, so going out to the bash tonight. Looking forward to it. And yeah, man, great things coming. All right.
Man, we got Parris Chariz in the building, man.
Chariz!
How you doing, bro?
Good. How you doing?
Man, last time you were here, it was right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
The world went crazy right after that.
Right.
What's been going on since then?
Head down, just working, trying to finish the album, trying to get some singles out, keeping the business right, you know what I'm saying? I got a girl.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So we talking about that today or no?
I told you, I ain't afraid of no questions.
All right, we'll get back to that. All right.
Yeah, that's it. Almost done with the album.
Man, I'm proud of you, bro. Like, since I watched back at the first interview and seeing what you're doing now, bro, you just grown in confidence, grown in, like, everything is just solidifying, bro.
Yeah, man.
I want to get right off the bat with just your style. Your music videos recently have been just, like, top-notch.
Thank you.
Definitely have a vision, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's behind what you're putting out? Is that you? You got people on your team?
Yeah, it's me. It's 45, me, my brother JV, my cousin MC, my boy Reese. He does all of the photography for my cover arts.
Yeah.
JV does all of the actual digital art with the cover arts or the fonts and stuff like that. MC is just a brain, you know what I'm saying? He's a brain with mine. Medicine is all of the mixing and mastering. Nello, he's an artist, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just us. It's us.
Wow.
It's us.
It all has like this like vinyl feel to it, like you know, like 80s grungy, like
yeah, that's my vibe.
Yeah,
I like that because I'm into film too. So it's like that's like my Quentin Tarantino style. Like, yeah. I enjoy the art of music as well, not just the music of it.
Man, it's shining through, bro. Like, just keep working, bro. It's amazing. Just watching the vision, just knowing that this, you know, most people, the best they could do, just no shade to them, but the best they could do is just put the camera on and film themselves performing.
Running gun. You
could see that there's a style, there's a vision to it, and it's inspiring. So,
thank you, man.
Good work, bro.
Thank you.
So I'm just getting to the good stuff right away, bro.
Yeah,
so we recently talked about Michael Todd's Easter service, and then I was like, hey, we know him.
Yeah.
So obviously you've heard the backlash, and you were performing in the Easter service.
This is his church. Remember, this is his church. Yeah.
I didn't know that when we first interviewed. I didn't know anything about them, so I wouldn't have asked. But
because that was 2020 or 2019.
19. It was November 2019.
Yeah. So it was still building for real.
Yeah. So you've heard the backlash to it. You were a part of it. I don't think anybody's actually seen the whole thing. I've seen a lot of it, but not the whole thing. What did you think when you saw the reaction to it?
I was confused. I was very, very confused because I don't know. I felt like it was just a clear depiction of the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? The death and resurrection. I don't know. I was very confused. Like I had people in my comments literally tell me I don't have to see the whole play.
Really?
Like I see your pictures, you're going to hell.
Oh, snap.
Oh no!
Like you're damned to hell. You follow a false prophet. Like you're doing this. You know what I'm saying? You guys have fire in the church. Y'all are going to hell. Literal words. Like you are going to hell.
Wow.
So I just be confused. Now it's just funny. Because
and you got the fire shirt on today.
That is great.
They were like, see,
man, this dude. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that people feel the way that they feel. And a lot of the questions I'll be having is like, man, why aren't we talking about other churches that stream their Easter service? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we also been doing that play since 2015.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've ever just had the resources to do it full out.
Oh,
but
okay.
like in 2015, like how the backdrop on the wall was like the bricks. Like, we had, you know what I'm saying? We're serving in the back, spray painting the wall, and then putting it on, building the stage ourselves. Like, I helped build multiple stages. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to see people's like, we didn't change anything.
Yeah.
Since 2015, we haven't changed anything about the place.
And what we said in ours is, my church has a similar thing, right? And I think a lot of churches have a similar thing where it's like, you have, demons on stage, and then you see them harassing a person, and Jesus comes and knocks the demons over, and then now you see it's the same story, but they just got money apparently. And
that's it.
It was really, really well done, but I don't think people saw the end. So I tried to explain when we talked about on the show that by the end of the story, you see Jesus come in, wreck shop.
That it literally happens after Jesus comes back as I'm rapping.
Yeah.
The song that I do with my pictures, Jesus comes back in the middle of me rapping. It's like, in all of the videos I've seen, they cut it off.
Yeah.
They cut right before I'm done rapping, they stop the video and like, this is why you don't go to this church, they're depicting him. It's like, man, if you would have let it go 10 more seconds.
If you watch the end,
you would have seen Jesus come back and kill us all.
Kill us all.
It literally, like, he's like wrecking shop.
Yeah.
So if you watch the whole thing, you see the clear point is, this is wrong, this is bad. Jesus is coming to fix this, So it's clear when you see the whole thing. The clips is where people kind of lost their mind. Here are some of the ones. I don't think they show your clip often and complain about it that I've seen. They complain more about
the girls talking about their butts.
The three demons.
Which
lust.
The
3 lust demons.
And they complain a lot about the young lady hanging on the cross because they didn't understand that part.
Oh, she wasn't
representing Jesus, but they didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I explained that as well. And then they just the whole beginning where the person playing the devil and then the dude talking about money with the big red shoes, like that part, I think that's what gets replayed over and over again. But because it was taken down, now nobody can go and see the full thing to get the context.
Yeah.
What is something what's a misconception about Mike Todd that people need to know that's not true that people are saying about him? So people, like, because you go to his church, so
everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything. It's just a regular dude. He's not. He doesn't act like a celebrity. Like, literally, I'll be open. You know what I'm saying? I'll be very transparent. He let me borrow clothes before I came out here. That is how, like, he's such a normal person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's not. And just like I told Ruslan, like, when you're a teacher, you know what I'm saying? Like, you may misinterpret something, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have your, you know what I'm saying, your vision on what God meant, you know what I'm saying, the word of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, because Ruslan, he pointed out one thing to me about, in the interview I did with him, like, being lukewarm. He's like, he hate when people use lukewarm because it's not even in the context that they're using it in. God was saying this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. Or like the Jezebel, like people say women are Jezebels, but actually it's a spirit behind the. A man could be have a Jezebel spirit because it's a spirit. So it's like little things like that. It's like it could have he interpolated it different, or you know what I'm saying. And then on top of all of that, Mike is a visual teacher, visual learner, and
he likes giving examples.
He's an extreme examplist. You know what I'm saying? He's been like that since we were in a circle. You know what I'm saying? He'll get on the floor and start in a suit and start swimming like he's swimming. Like,
So
he hasn't changed. Like,
I've seen preachers like this. Louis Giglio is really good at like giving examples. Like he'll show you what he's talking about.
To show you what
Andy Stanley, and nobody says anything about them, right? So, why do you think he's getting this back? Why do you think your church in general is getting this backlash right now?
I don't know.
Because it's going viral.
Yeah.
So you just think just because it's doing?
I mean, he is a viral person, so it's like I mean, he went viral initially for something good with the relationship goals sermon.
Yeah.
He did the book. So it's like, I don't know.
It's
like,
interesting because I feel like you guys are shaking a tree and people are falling out of it that I had never seen before. People complaining about like this is this and this is that. Like, where have y'all been? Where do y'all? What do y'all watch? What do y'all do? Because it's interesting. Like I'm trying. Jeremiah was trying to explain this to me that he's seen people on the Shade Room who will complain about that, but then they'll defend something that's crazy.
Yeah. Something like talk bad about, because I think people think religiously about stuff, or having a church background, and then when it's something secular that they like, they'll be like, "Yo, we got to defend that person."
For sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So
For
it's
sure.
just weird. And to me, I follow Mike Todd on Instagram, and everything I've seen from him is just stuff that I'm like, okay, like I understand. Like he bought a bunch of books and gave to people. Like, yo, this is a blessing. This person blessed me. I want to give people this person's book. And stuff like that. I think the only thing was, for me personally, only thing I saw was like the whole spit in the eye thing. But I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah, for sure.
but I get that.
Yeah, I get that too.
Yeah, I get it.
People don't like.
Yeah.
I turned away when he did it. He didn't do that one time. That's another thing. The dude, that's his little brother.
Yeah.
You
Brenton-
spit on him all the time.
No, every time. But this what people don't. Brenton asked.
Yeah,
Man, if you're gonna do it, like I'll be the person. Like,
Yeah.
don't make no. Do it. Let me do it.
Oh,
Let me
wow.
be
It's got to be family though.
You know what I'm saying?
So here's the only thing I said during that segment was, we come from a church that was very similar, right? We got on the news for very similar things. Like we had an Easter thing that was crazy. So my only fear for y'all is, when what I saw happen in my church was, we got so much attention so often for the same kind of thing. The people in charge kind of let it get to their head, and they start chasing that. They started chasing the virality.
Doing it for that.
Exactly, and then we started finding out stuff about them that wasn't right, and so I'm just praying for y'all that y'all don't fall into what I saw happen in my church.
And that's another thing, like Mike, and that's why Mike, I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, that's why he don't let people comment on his posts no more. And like he tell me, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being transparent here.
Yeah.
Like, I talked to him before. He like, like, man, if I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, being a good husband, and I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, being a good father, if I wasn't working out, you know what I'm saying, keeping my body right just so my mental can be right, like, I would fall victim to this as well. Like, that's something he told me. It's like, encouraging. He was saying that to encourage me, like, nah, like, you need to get back in the gym, you know what I'm saying, because I gained a few LBs type vibe. He was trying to encourage me, and like, you know what I'm saying, like, man, it would have got to me if I, you know what I'm saying? But just ever since the Easter play, he doesn't allow comments, or because it's like, hey, I'm not gonna let that. Mike,
that's a good thing.
Mike isn't that type of person. Like Mike he has a big personality. Like, man, if it's you and him and y'all are talking about music in the back room, he's gonna have the same energy he do on stage. It's not a show for Mike. That is just who he is.
Yeah.
From the way he dressed, like he used to pull up in suits with J's to preach to 30 kids in a circle. And now all of us, I'm like, damn, I'm trying to, that suit crazy. I'm like, where you get that? You know what I'm saying? Type vibe. And it's like, I'm before I can even, I relate to him before I'm even getting the word from him. So now I'm more eager to be around him and get the word from him, just based off, you know what I'm saying? Coming from where I come from. I don't come from a church background. So it's like, keep
your church prayed up. Keep them prayed up, because I'm just from experience that limelight can start to get attractive.
For sure.
And just pray that everybody is who they say they are. Yeah. Because that's when it gets confusing, when all these trolls online start saying you this, you that.
And you believe
and then down the road, you become that. And then they like,
you were the whole time.
See, maybe, or maybe it got to your head. So just keep your church prayed all the way up.
Yes, sir.
If he has to cut off his comments to ignore them, that's fine. But just keep your core. Pray for the core of that church. I know you probably more busy than you were before. I know he's probably more busy than he was before. So y'all probably don't talk as much. I saw the Ruslan interview, and you say you don't get to sit down with him as much.
Yeah.
But pray as hard as you can for your church, man, because it can go bad real fast. Yeah. I do not want you to see what we saw. So pray for your leadership, all of them, all of them.
Yeah. Sure. I like what you said. You said you didn't grow up in the church, right? And that's a good thing, because I did grow up in the church, and it took me a while to like church. It took me well into my adult years to actually like church.
I enjoy going to church.
Exactly, enjoy going to church, and so I'm glad that you guys get to do that. And this space, you know, the younger generation, I love the way you guys collaborate. I love the way you guys, show your fire for the Lord. I mean, it's an amazing thing that you guys are doing. So, my hat's off to you guys. Then I think it's great. So keep it up.
Question, man. You was talking, in this Christian hip hop community, the Lecrae comment. I saw you kind of talk about that a little bit. About he was saying that you may be too good for this space.
He was on the crew.
He was on the crew. Yeah. Shout out to them. And then also, like, what are your thoughts about that? You know what I mean?
Man, I don't really have thoughts about it. I thought it was cool.
Got you.
Yeah, like I said to Michael, like I didn't necessarily enjoy it because to me, you know what I'm saying? When you say I feel bad for him, it's like, why do you feel bad for him?
What do you see? What do you say?
What do you mean by that? But then, you know what I'm saying? I get a lot of comments or I get a lot of calls or texts, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, he's right. Or, you know what I'm saying? I feel the same way. Maybe not saying you're too good, but like, I feel like in the space or into the world, maybe you should be more recognized or, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But again, like I said it last time, I don't make music for that. So it's like, it's cool. I do want to be recognized, don't get me wrong. I do want to have that influence because I feel like I could bring something not only to the Christian space, but to, you know what I'm saying, hip-hop in general.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to act like I don't. But, you know what I'm saying, like as I've gotten older, it's like, you know what I'm saying, I just want to take care of my family. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, you know, I got little sisters.
That's the hard part.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a little sister that just came down here, and she about to start college in a year.
Oh, wow.
Now, you know what I'm saying? I got 2 sisters that's in college. You know what I'm saying? I got nieces and I got nephews. You know, I have a huge family, so it's like I'm trying to advance my family. Like I don't care about being
okay.
I just say stuff like the top 7 stuff because it's just funny. It's just funny. And I got a lot of confidence too. So
I'm gonna try to think about what he may have meant. You are in the middle of you're kind of well, I don't know if you're exactly where we are, but we find ourselves in a spot where we're kind of between 2 worlds. The Christian space and then the mainstream space. Our heart is to reach people who don't know Jesus or they know Jesus, but they kind of living kind of wild right now. Yeah. That's our heart to reach, right? You have 2 options if you want to be super successful. Usually, cater to Christians and just ride that wave, make the money off of them. And you talked about this. I heard you on Ruslan. Ride that wave as long as you can, make the money off of them, and then go do what you want to do. Or just completely cross over, forget them, make music for the world, change however you want to change, do that. Yeah. But when you in this middle zone where you still trying to not compromise, you still trying to, you know, stay true to yourself, not cater to these people, not cater to these people, how do you make money doing that? How do you find an audience doing that when it seems like polarized audiences are where people find their money? They just juice that audience. What do you think about what I just said?
I do think you're right. I do think, you know what I'm saying, it's 2 lanes.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of going into churches getting $5,000-$10,000 for a bunch of white kids to wave glow sticks, you know what I'm saying, when I'm sitting here talking about me and my dad don't got a relationship.
Exactly.
And I'm also not trying to, like, I'm the oldest of 6, 7. I'm not a partier, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't a clubber. So I ain't trying to get on here and start talking about, go ahead, shake that, go, I'm going to throw this cash. Like, it's not my vibe. Yeah. I'm in the middle.
Okay.
How I personally make money is by reaching both, not forgetting either one.
Yeah.
Smart.
I instead of going around the church, I'm going to go through the church. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, like, that's why I want to have interviews and conversations so the Christians can hear me, like, you know what I'm saying? And then as I make my music, I'm catering to me. And I personally feel like my music speaks to both sides. Yeah. So I'm going to just be myself. And the people from both sides that come in, they come in. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just keep doing that until I milk this lane, whatever it looks like.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm content with whatever it looks like.
This is what we're finding. This lane is growing. It's growing. It's a weird way to describe. It's Christians who are serious about God.
Right.
But they're not called to make Christian entertainment. They're called to make music that can actually change somebody's life.
Amen.
It's hard to do that, like I said, because that's not like the lane to do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's an unknown thing.
It takes us to work together to say, there's people who vibe with what you just said.
Yeah.
And the people who don't 100% vibe with it, that are Christians, need to treat you like a missionary, sending a missionary out. But you see what I'm saying?
You preaching.
But how do you convince those people that you are worthy of
being
the missionary support?
Yeah.
Talking. They got to hear my heart.
They got to hear your heart.
That's the only way. If they hear the music and don't get it, they got to, like, because even with the Mike Todd situation, I mean, with the Easter situation, anybody that in my comments that asked a question, I answered it. If they hit me in my DMs and asked a legit question, I answered it.
Yeah.
If they just come on trying to condemn, it's like, all right, great, have a good day, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you ask a question, I'm going to let you hear my heart. Like, no, I promise you, it was this, it was this, it was that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, man, just be careful with how it looks. And I'm like, I understand that, but we have a mission to. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to attract people that don't come into the church. So it's like. Yeah. You don't get it because you wouldn't step out there and do something like that. Yeah. But I'm not afraid to do that. So, and I'm not sinning. Yeah. I'm just trying to like, hey, like, come. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then when I say stuff like that, they're like, okay, I get it. I understand. I'm gonna pray for you. Yeah.
You know so do you think? Do you want to be like when he's talking about missionary? Do you want to be a missionary for this side like that, or did you
that's
like
basically what it is. That's why I say he was preaching, because that's basically what it is. I ain't going across the country. Yeah, I'm just in this lane that really.
No, but I'm just talking about the community of Christian hip hop, because I feel like sometimes, and this has been like this for years, and this has really nothing to do with you. For sure, it's just like it's a pick and choose who we should send that person out and not send that person out. You get what I mean? Almost like a church. Like when you go to a church and they have missionaries, and they be like, yo. Like somebody be like, yo, I want to go out and reach such and such, and they be like, nah, not you. But we can get such and such can go reach them. You get what I mean?
Here's the problem.
Okay.
Here's the problem, guys. If we want that to happen, there's people who have been sent that don't come back. They go to the village and then they join the village, right? Yeah. People are worried that they're gonna send somebody else and then they're gonna wild out too. There's people I think that are willing to do what we just talked about. I'm sending Parris out. I trust him. He's gonna reach people. He's down. First of all, how not just you but other artists that are in that world. Yeah. How do we make sure we're not wilding out once we get there? But how do we also deal with the people who? And I feel you on this because I think this annoys you. The Christian thugs, online Christian thugs, that get in your comment and damn you to hell.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
That's a two-part question?
Two, because it's two different worlds, right?
Yeah, so...
You're going out. We don't want to lose you when we send you.
Yeah, don't go over there.
Because we've seen people that we bigged up on this show that go out and then they wild out.
Come back.
That's one thing. The other thing is, in the midst of you doing that, there are going to be Christians
who's damning you to hell.
That are thugs. Yeah. They will make you feel like crap along your path. And some of the times, those internet Christian thugs will push you to become what we're afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what makes it so hard.
Right. But the sad part about the Christian thugs is you don't know them personally. And then two things, they may be dealing with stuff themselves, so they reflecting that on you. Right. And then second, when you meet them in person, it's not that same energy.
They're happy to meet you.
Yeah. So all that to say, so we want you to be that. Yeah. I don't want you to get discouraged by those people over here.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna answer your question. So the internet comments, you just gotta like, it's gonna happen. So like what I've learned, I used to get into it with a lot of people. It's like you just gotta like, man, compartmentalize. Like I'm gonna go through my emotions, and you gotta have community to talk about it. But community is the main part. When you go over, you know what I'm saying, when you cross over. I have all of the guys that I mentioned earlier are 45. They won't let me go over there and wild out. They have this. You can sit down and shut up, bro. Like no. Like we not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? If I do something crazy, I have to tell them. They gonna see it on my face. They know. They've been knowing me since I was in high school, in college. So it's like, what's going on with you? Yeah. Same thing with them. Like when they going crazy, I'm like, can you pull up so we can chop it up? What's going on with you and your, you know what I'm saying, your shorty? Why you? What's the dark cloud? So it's like it's community. When you talk about going to crossovers, like I have a tight knit family of guys that won't let me do that. You know what I'm saying, and vice versa. I won't let them do that, and I think that will, you know what I'm saying, connect with the internet thugs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because when they do that, it's like, I'll give you an example of what me and my boys do. If we want to tweet something crazy, we'll type it out and then send it to the group chat. Can I tweet this? I don't know about this one, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, and there's no debate. If everybody say no, it's like, I'm gonna put it in the drafts. But it's like, nah, that's. But it, you know what I'm saying? If it's something like it's funny, it might be a little edgy, but it's funny. I'm like, nah, that's cool. Go ahead, tweet. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but it's community though. A lot of dudes don't have believing communities. You know what I'm saying? Where they can be like, I can be my 100% self. Like I'll take my shirt off. You know what I'm saying? While we playing the game, like I'm chubby type vibes. Like and I'll be secure type vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like I have athlete's feet. I'll wear no socks. Cause these men, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's the main part, having a community of guys or women that hold you accountable and you hold them accountable. And it's no debate. Sit down and shut up.
Wow.
And I think it crosses over.
I got a question for you. So you mentioned that at one of your last shows, you had QC there, you had Universal. Are we at that point right now where we can go in and on the other side of that table, listen to them offer us contracts and stand firm on what we will not talk about, what we will not address?
Yeah,
and do they respect it?
Yeah, I already did it.
Okay.
I had an interview like 2 years ago with a label, and the dude was just like, man, like if you start cussing, like you'll go crazy.
He said that.
Literally in the interview, he's like, man, I love your music, but like you just say it, like you will go next level. And it's like, yeah, like I feel you. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I say that all the time. Like if I cuss, I'd probably be famous. It's like I ain't trying to do that. It's a lane that I'm in and I'm trying to stay in. Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? We have a little, you know what I'm saying, small talk, and then the meeting is over. You know what I'm saying? Never heard from him again.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's like, to me, it's not about compromise. It's just like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like,
You've always been about that since your very first time you talked to us. I just do what I actually want to do. I'm not trying to do nothing for y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, that's the best way. I don't care.
No,
Gotcha.
that's good.
I don't care.
My question is, we talked about almost everything but the top 7 thing. What made you say I'm top 7 of this space? What was it? What album made you say, yo,
My
I'm top 7?
which one of my albums?
Which one of your albums made you say I'm top 7?
What was your
Mount Rushmore,
conclusions?
right?
Getting like, yo, I'm top 7 in this.
I don't think it was any of my albums. I think it's just like, I don't think, and this is okay. This is not a. Before I answer, this is not a Christian conversation. This is a hip hop conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
Got you.
I don't think people are that good. Personally, like when I listen to their, the people that I rock with, I think they're good.
Yeah.
But when people start talking about like when you start getting into lists, like it's intricacies and details that go into that. I'm a detail artist. Like I don't think a lot of artists in general, I don't think artists in general anymore are detailed. It's like formulaic. You know what I'm saying? I know that people are gonna like this.
I got you.
No risk taking. It's just like, oh, this what the world is making. Okay, bet. Like, let's make beats like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And let's rap with flows like that. And not saying I have never done that too, but I feel like we was talking about earlier with the line for line. People put me with people like Gunna because of the flow choice that I choose.
Yeah.
If you just read my lyrics, you're like, oh, like this dude really talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On singing songs, on rapping songs, on croning songs, or legit, you know what I'm saying? Boom bap rap bars, you know what I'm saying? And then another thing, when you talk about like pins, it's like, can you write for different things? Like, do you know when to like not be so over the top with the bars? Do you know how to choose a different,
hard.
you know what I'm saying? Do you know how to choose a different flow? Do you know how to go in and out of flow? Do you know how to, can you rap with Taylor Swift? And then can you go rap with Soulja Boy, and then you still got a verse that elevates the song. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of like when you talk about the top, and then you just have to respect. Like Lecrae, you gotta just respect. Andy, you gotta just respect. KB, you just gotta respect. Bizzle, like you just gotta respect what they've done and what they do.
Yeah.
So what I'm gathering from you is that
list.
you actually think you're number 1, but you have a respect list that you put above yourself. Is that what I'm hearing?
B+, you're right.
I'm
They're saying you're
no comment.
They're saying you're B+. One of our guys, he said Parris is the Jimmy Butler of Christian hip hop.
Oh,
It's kind of disrespectful.
No, I'm saying it's not disrespectful. I'm just saying he's saying like watching. Okay, prime example. Watching Jimmy right now, he is like, we better than everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Y'all got to prove us. Y'all got to prove to us that you're better. We're better than everybody. Okay. And it's like, it's not like you're not like, I think, and that's the conversation we're talking about.
That like 19 points a game.
But his impact is impeccable. When it's time to take over, you can't stop him.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So, I mean, I'm just.
He also doesn't have a
that.
ring.
Yeah.
I feel like I got 2 rings. Yeah, I feel like, and my weakness in 2045 are 2 rings.
Yeah. So those the projects that you said, yo, like prime example, watching Notorious when they said Big recorded Sky's the limit, and he was like, "I'm the greatest of all time."
No. It's when LeBron, after he beat the Warriors,
3-1.
like,
Same
that was
way.
the one that made me number one.
Yeah.
You had that album.
Yeah. No. I have not had that album.
Okay.
I think those two albums put me on the list.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think before that I wasn't on the list.
Yeah.
I was like 30 or 50 or
Got
something.
you.
Like that. But I think those two albums, especially the deluxe of 2045, put me on the list. That's why I didn't even say I was top 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I said 7.
Out of respect, though.
No,
Out of respect, because I got a lot of respect for those guys. You know
but it's not even just that. I think for you also, because I remember seeing another interview when you was like, "Yo, a lot of cats copy me."
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's probably part of another thing too. Is like you're a trendsetter.
And it's just like, I think me and Jerry just brought a sound to Christian hip hop.
Got you.
Like with Cronin, I don't think nobody was really Cronin before 2016 or 2017.
Yeah.
Like it was rapping. Like people were really just rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody was like lifestyle rapping with auto-tune and banging beats, and then it sound like it could be in the church, and then it sound like it could be on secular radio.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
And y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I just feel like it wasn't there.
When you say
So you see
Cronin,
yourself as like the Future did. How Future kind of brought a different sound to hip hop.
For sure.
Okay.
Because I would say, because Future came out like 2009. 2012 is when he got big. Yeah, like Future, for sure. Because Future has longevity, too. I think Future is top 10.
I think you're number one.
No, I really don't.
In your heart, you do.
I feel like once I'm done, I will be. I feel like when I want to give up rap, when I'm done rapping, I feel like I will be.
Okay, I got you. You may not think you have the catalog yet, but I know how this feels. You feel like if you put me on this song, I'm gonna kill everybody on this song.
For sure.
You feel
every
that
every time.
And out of anybody on the list.
On what list?
Oh, you're 7 list.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's what
but outside of Andy,
you think could get you?
I think, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all go back and forth.
Yeah.
It's
Because
a
Andy
fist fight.
really go crazy with bars and like knowing how to sing and knowing how to, you know what I'm saying? I think Andy just had a very Christian sound. Like I don't think Andy had a trailblazing sound for Christian hip hop. It sounded like reach artists. You know what I'm saying? But his ability, his skill, just superseded a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? He has a versatility of skill. I don't think nobody else can really.
Your honesty is funny. All right, so
I just try to.
You can't even help it.
I can't help. I literally can't.
You're like, I shouldn't be saying.
I got to. Because I don't want to rub nobody the wrong way. Like,
No, I know what you're saying. But I think everybody in their mind, whether it's justified or not, as an artist, you feel like
I'm the best.
if I get on this, I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah, I think that's the basketball player in me. Mm-hmm. That's the basketball player in me.
What position did you play?
1, 2, 3. In high school, I was playing the 1. By the time I got to college, I was playing the 3 though, just because I was like, I'm a solid person. Yeah.
So do you think that was a viable option for you, or do you think, because you mentioned injuries and stuff, do you think that if not for the injuries, would you not be rapping?
No, I think it was God while I'm rapping.
Okay.
Because I kept getting injured.
So you think he was like, no.
Because I'll be honest. In basketball, I'm very, 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 very prideful.
More than music.
You think I'm prideful with music?
No. I'm just saying. No. I didn't say that. I'm saying that you feel more confident about that than you do about music.
Yeah, because basketball natural. Like I was playing basketball in my mom's womb. You know what I'm saying? I had to like music. Like I used to write poetry. Like I used to write like short stories. You know what I'm saying? I was in AP literature. You know what I'm saying? That's where the writing skill just comes from. But rapping is totally different. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to, you know what I'm saying, what we're talking about.
Cadence.
Like cadence. Like when I first started rapping, like my cadence was horrible. I had good lines and good bars, but it's like, man, like why you jumbling all these words together type vibe. Like I had to practice. Like I legit, I feel like I put in over 10,000 hours of, you know what I'm saying, learning how to make music and rap and be on cadence. No cadence.
The reason I'm doing this to him is because he remind me of how I think, and I feel like I know what he means. So for instance, like I feel like you hear things in your head that you feel are fire.
Yeah, even if they're not.
You feel like they're coming from God, right?
Yeah.
So you may have had to learn how to like do the rap part, but you always knew, yo, this is coming from up here.
Yeah. The words part.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because even with poems, like I remember when I first moved to Oklahoma. Do y'all remember when Facebook had Facebook Notes?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh,
I used to,
yeah.
Like I
I
used
got
to.
my wife off Facebook Notes.
For real?
Yeah.
Man, I got a girlfriend in high school off Facebook. Man. For real.
Good luck.
She used to read. Like people at my high school used to read my poems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this is crazy. But it's just words. And then somebody at we was at a pool party. It was like, man, you can rap. Like what you're saying is like rap stuff, but it's just in poem form.
Yeah.
And then that's when I was like, oh, okay, like because my dad rapped, my little cousin rapped, my little brother rapped. Like music is in our family. My granddad collected music. It's just I was a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? My dad knew how to play ball too.
Wow.
I was trying to at least make it overseas.
Yeah.
But I just kept getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? I always got hurt.
Can you tell people real quick about you and Jerry? Like, how did y'all get together and come up with the whole Splash Brother, like the Wave Brother thing?
Yeah, I mean, we met through what was his name? AJ. This dude named AJ. We met through him. This is when I first started putting out music. I think I put out this project called Things Change on SoundCloud after I was a Rapzilla freshman. Because I had only had one project. So when I became a Rapzilla freshman, I put this project out. I moved back to Tulsa from Oklahoma City from college because I dropped out of school. And Jerry was like one of the first people I met. And he was doing Christian rap, but he was doing it what I was saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you can make music like this? He was just like, yeah, man. And this one, he was real close with No Big Deal. Him and No Big Deal had a project called No Dealings on SoundCloud. Or I think it was No Big Deal's project, but Jerry was on it.
Yeah.
And we just hit it off.
Wow.
Because I was already trying to learn how to use auto-tune. So when he heard a couple of my songs with auto-tune, he was like, man, we could go crazy. And then we just got closer and closer. And then, like, man, let's do this project. And obviously, around that time, that's when Clay and Steph was going crazy.
Yeah.
So instead of the Splash Bros, like, we the Super Splash Bros.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was it.
So before we go, I teased this earlier. You said you got a girl. So speaking about accountability, I know for us, going through the process of dating to marriage, we had each other to be like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Okay, you good?
What's happening?
Yeah. How's that process been? Because especially, I assume you met her recently?
Nah, we've been friends since like 2019.
Okay, that helps. That helps.
Yeah. We was friends for three and a half years before we dated.
Because there's young ladies out here that love y'all. So I know that's kind of hard to.
No, her and her dad. That's how we followed each other.
Okay.
Because her and her dad listened to my music.
Okay.
She followed me one day, and it was just like I just thought she was fine, so I followed her back. And it wasn't even on like when I followed her back. It was just fan to artist vibes. Because I even though I try to be respectful of the space.
Yeah.
And
you don't want a reputation out here.
Type vibes.
Yeah.
So it's like she had put up, the question she had put up if anybody need prayer. And around this time, because I had been single for like 6, maybe 7 years, I was just like, I feel like I'm ready for a girl. Like I was just being honest. Like I feel like if you gonna pray, like pray. I need a girl. So she prayed, but I thought she was gonna pray on her own time. She sent like a paragraph prayer back. So I read. I'm like, oh man, it was beautiful. I'm like, thank you so much. Like this meant a lot to me. And then we just started talking. We talked for a couple weeks. Some just kept saying like, man, just like ask her for her number. Like y'all talking every day on Instagram, just ask her for her number. And then we started talking. I told her I wanted to get to know her, but then I got cold feet because I've been single for so long, and I'm trying to get it with the music. So I just like, hey, I know I initiated all of this, but like, let's chill, let's be friends. And because she was transitioning from working her, man, my bad, I'm way across the mic.
You good? I guess.
She was transitioning from working for the state to having her own business because she do hair and cosmetics. So when she got into that, she was like, man, I feel you now. Like, let's chill because I'm getting my business off the ground. And she did that for 2 years, and then last year I asked her out. She came down to Oklahoma. She came down. It was some event she came down for, but I was telling all my boys like, man, when she come down, I'm gonna ask her out this time. Type vibes. So I asked her out. You know what I'm saying? Had the little flowers on deck. Had the flowers on deck, man. Had a little car. It was beautiful.
That's dope, bro.
We've been together a little bit over a year. We've been friends for like 4.5 years.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put you on blast, but
It was good.
where we at?
With her? Man, what's funny is my grandma asked me the same question this morning. That's the first thing she asked me. She was like, so what are y'all gonna do? Like, you got a date yet? I'm like, a date for what? I took her on a date last time I seen her. Yeah, for sure. Man, we ain't ready. We doing what we doing. Like I said, she know what I'm doing. I know what she trying to do.
So y'all not in the same city?
Nah, she live in Sacramento.
Okay.
We go back and forth every month though.
Okay.
Because I'm like I said, I'm cool with her. Her dad, her mom love me.
It's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm gonna put it out to everybody. Listen, man, pray for Parris.
Thank you.
Being a young man in this industry can be hard. You know what I'm saying? So, hope you say you got brothers around you, so stay prayed up, bro. Because we needed each other through that time, big time.
Nah, for sure. I definitely need my boys. It's it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference when I can just be transparent with them, be vulnerable with them, say what I need to say, and not feel like I'm gonna get laughed at or feel judged.
Yeah.
And they do the same thing. And sometimes we do laugh at each other because it'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe you just said
you need that. You need that.
Like, tighten up.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. This interview was supposed to end about 20 minutes ago, but I love talking to you, man.
Yeah.
Love talking to you,
bro.
Let's get back into it. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Wright, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah.
Yes, sir.
I know how hard it can be. I'm an artist as well. And whenever you release a song you think is dope, you're like, man, this is going to be the one. You have to go through the process of marketing. That's the hard part. That's when it really, really, really gets serious, right? Because even if you got a dope song and nobody knows about it, it's going to be a flop. So if you know the process, that means you got to go to each website, follow their submission rules, email them, do whatever they need you to do, one at a time. These outlets do not like to be spammed. They do not like to be put on BCC lists, email spam lists. But never fear, we have come up with a way to solve this problem. We created something called the Single Maximizer. Single Maximizer allows you to fill in the details for your song one time, and we customize it for each outlet and send it out to all of them for you. Not in a mass email, not as spam, individual emails customized exactly what they asked for in their music submission guidelines. It's an amazing tool. We use it for ourselves in our own music, and we're trying to share it with you guys. So go to trackstarz.com/single maximizer. Take advantage of it right now. It's an amazing tool. Check it out. Let us know your success stories. Tell us what works. Trackstarz.com. Go check it out right now.
It's time for the Entertainment Report with Jeremiah.
All right, man, it's Entertainment Report time. Let's get it going. All right, first off, we got to say some RIPs. First off, to Tim Keller, an influential Presbyterian Church American minister who founded a network of evangelical Christian churches in New York City, has died. He was 72. A lot of people in our space was bigging him up this week, from Cray to Ambassador and different people of that nature, man. He was big in that movement. I'm sure we got some stuff like Don't Want to Waste My Life and Rebel type stuff from Lecrae because of Tim Keller and, of course, John Piper. But, you know, they hang in that same circle. So that was one RIP. Also to Jim Brown, known as one of the best running backs in history. Also known for social activism as well. He died on Thursday in his Hollywood home. He was 87 and Tim was 72. So shout out to them, man. RIP to them. All right, Miles Minnick versus Coachella. So you know that Miles Minnick started Glowchella a couple years back, and the event has been doing great in the Northern Cali area. Well, Miles this week got a cease and desist letter from Coachella, and they told him if he didn't change the name, that they would shut him down, take his Eventbrite ticket sales, take his Instagram and everything. So they gave him 7 days. So Miles changed the name to Glowfest in the time that they gave him to do it, but they still suspended his Glowfest IG account. And then, you know, but he, of course, redid it as glowfest.ca on IG now. But he also was like, yo, he wants everybody to come through to the Bay on July 1st to Glowfest to show them, man, we can't be stopped. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So funny. It kind of reminded me of, people don't know our story, but it kind of reminded me of us a little bit. So
yeah.
Let's talk about that.
I brought that up to Sean earlier this week.
Yeah.
But no, shout out to Miles, man. Like his IG live, he made me want to get a plane ticket. I'm like, oh, I'm coming. I'm not really coming,
But I just think the funny part is, I remember us talking to him about that. Remember?
Yeah, we told him to change it.
We was like, yo, bro, this is gonna be a situation.
We know
Yeah.
ourselves.
he got away with the first one went off
Yeah,
fine, right?
yeah. I mean, I guess I'm sure like stuff start. I guess when your tickets start going crazy and people are like, yo, what's this Cella thing, whatever, and it's gonna be like, you know what I mean?
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. All right, man. The Rock using CHH on social media. Dwayne Johnson, a.k.a. The Rock, has been using some CHH artist songs on social media platforms. First, he used S.O. in on-beat music song called Boast to work out to. Then he used Cam's song Recognize for XFL Championship Weekend post. But he also, Cam added him online, and The Rock responded like, yo, he liked this cadence on the song. He thought the song was fire. And he kept giving him more and more compliments. So shout out to them, man.
You think his kids are fans?
See,
Like, how's he hearing all this?
I don't know. You know what's so funny? Sometimes you probably could just pick through stuff. I know sometimes when I do stuff for different platforms, you can just press play or you can listen to stuff. I'm like, oh, no, not. You know what I'm saying? And just catch your attention. So that could be something too. Or you could have somebody on his team that's like, yo, check this person out and just check this out. You know?
The Rock still have like one of the top 5 accounts on Instagram. He had the most followers at one time.
I don't know. I always thought Kim was the number one person.
I thought it was Selena Gomez.
Oh yeah. I think I did hear that.
Now?
Yeah, I did hear about something like that.
Or what's Kim's little sister?
Oh, yeah,
Kendall?
yeah. Kendall Jenner.
Kendall or Kylie?
Kylie.
Kylie. Okay. All right, man. First state to ban TikTok. Montana officially became the first state to ban TikTok on Wednesday after Government Craig, I can't say his dude's last name, signed a bill restricting downloads of the immensely popular social media app into law. The legislation, which was passed last month, make it illegal for app stores to give users the option to download TikTok and illegal for the company to operate within the state. The law is likely to face challenges in court, arguing if it restricts free speech. But the governor praised this privacy protection. So, yeah, man. Unnecessary L for views to prison. All right. So our unnecessary L for the week is a YouTuber who he had like an engine plane crashed in California National Forest, admitted that he downed the aircraft to boost his views for a sponsorship deal. Authority says Trevor Jacob, 29, made the admission and plea agreement filed in federal court to Los Angeles police. Jacob pleaded guilty to 1 count of destruction and concealment with the intent of obstruction of federal investigation, a crime that carries a maximum penalty of 20 years behind bars.
Did y'all see this?
I just heard about it.
This dude was in a prop plane over
land,
guess,
yeah.
Just like nothing, basically. It was like a park, I guess. And he just jumped out of it for the gram, right?
Yeah.
Jumped out of it. And the plane...
It's a big plane?
It's just like a prop plane, you know what I mean? Like single propeller plane.
Okay.
And he just let that joint crash just for
views, yeah.
And then he tried to hide it, tried to lie about it. They put him away.
Yeah, he got the thing got like 2.5 million views on the thing, I think.
That's not enough.
No.
That's not
so now
enough.
he about to go to jail for that. So
Wow.
yeah, that's crazy,
I gotta
man.
see that.
Views, don't do views.
Was
stuff
he
for
hurt?
views,
Like,
man.
did he get hurt from it?
No, he jumped
I
out with a parachute.
saw something with somebody ran to somebody's house on live, like, yeah, we in somebody's house, and then the dude was like, get in my house, bro. What are y'all doing? It's crazy, man.
I see the grocery store skits all the time.
Remember that movie Verb? Verb, you ever seen that movie? It's a movie, Verb. I think it's called Verb or something like that. But anyway, in the movie, they basically telling people what to do and stuff, and make them go do it, and they get paid for doing it and different things. That's our society right now. And that movie came out like a couple years ago. That's crazy. All right, man. Comment section this week. Kid Lee, New Growth. Prophet Josiah, God Made Me Do It, Deluxe Edition. Roy Tosh, Young Forever EP. Christopher Sincere, Whatever Is Next, I'm Excited EP. Swoop, Same Day single. Mission, Do It Alone single. R. Swift featuring Sean Simmons, Cheer single. Linger the Boss featuring Childlike CC, The Finish remix. Ty Lin and Childlike CC again, Stoppin' None single. And I got Mike Teasy, Sleep single. And remember, you can hear all these on the Milk playlist, the best in Christian hip hop, gospel rap, Christian rap, and then also for our R&B fans out there, our feel good playlist. All right, yo, you want to promote anything, bro?
New single dropping June 2nd. Mike Will featuring Star Ringo.
Yo,
Get ready for that.
that's my guy. That's my Star
Ringo,
man.
that's my brother.
I hit him up on Instagram. Was like, bro.
Wait, you said Mike Will? Like Mike Will made it?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
But yeah, though.
Okay.
It's a triple entendre.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, I want to shout out the 520 Collective. Today is 520, so it's 520 Day. So in honor of that, they released an installment of their mixtape, Tribute to Deep Space 5. And are y'all ready for this? Our boy Eric Boston is rapping on one of the songs on the mixtape, and he invited me to be on.
To do what?
Parris, I want you to hear that because I won't make your top 1 million, bro. Yeah, so check out the Soul Tape. It's the Soul Tape Session 1, available for free on Bandcamps and Substack, and it's at 520collective.com. Also, 5 tracks featuring 520 Collective staff: Eternity, Intellect, YP, aka Young Paul, and Dexter Nerd, who loves Jesus. So definitely got to check that out. And if I happen to do it, man, I told him, I was like, I got a little spare time right now. So I'm write a
little something.
Yeah.
So Parris,
But
I want to give you a chance to respond to this. Some chatter in the in our chat right now. They want to know why we just played your video. They want to know why you use the N-word in your songs.
Because I use the N-word in my regular life. That's the best way to put it. That is the best way to put it. Because I've done everything around it. I've said jigga, I've muted it, and it's like...
What do you think about the people who are like, you shouldn't be saying that, period?
It's all good. Like, I don't expect everybody to agree with it, because I understand people just feel different about the word. It's not a cuss word, so it's like, it's cool.
Do you feel like you alienate a white audience when you use the word? Okay.
Because they like to say it. They like to say it.
Have you ever looked out on stage and like said it and then like, or looked at somebody rapping your words and like, oops?
Not necessarily mine. I've only said, or I'm sorry, I don't know if I can say it on here.
Well, you said it.
You said it before.
I'll clean it up.
I only said that maybe in like 3 or 4 songs. That I've maybe 5 out of the 75.
Do you think about it though before you release it? Like,
I used to. I used to really contemplate it. Now it's to me, because I'm not an overuser of it too. I might say it once. I may say it twice, and it's probably only in context of what I'm talking about.
But you know what's so funny?
I don't think I alienate anyone.
Now it's like when you go check people's music out and they say explicit, like for Christian hip hop artists, sometimes it is just the N-word that people are saying that they say is explicit, which is crazy to me. Like,
I think let me just posit this. I think for white fans, to them it is a curse word, so it's confusing. Why isn't it a curse word to you too?
Yeah.
So
you want me to answer that, or that's? You're just
I'm trying to
saying,
answer it myself in my head because it's not that to me. So
it's not a curse word to me. Like, man, before I left, my mom called me that. Like, my mother. My mother called me.
Like honestly, people used to say the N-word like back in the day in the 90s, like some gospel gangster stuff was like strictly.
I heard the gospel gangsters cuss before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I wrong about that?
I mean, I don't know. I know they used to say the N-word. I know they used to say that.
I've heard the gospel gangsters cuss before.
I'm not.
It was in context though. I feel like when I heard it, it was definitely in context.
Yeah, that's a hard one for me. Honestly, it's his fault that I used that word.
Who, me?
Well, how'd you know I was talking to you? You weren't even looking.
Because I feel your eyeballs.
It's his fault that I say it at all.
Wait, you didn't used to say it at all?
There was a time before I didn't say it, and then I think he started saying it. Then he stopped.
Wait, what?
You don't remember?
He's
this?
appalled.
I'm shocked.
Oh, am I putting you on blast?
I'm shocked. I don't remember this. I really don't.
That's cool. But yeah, so I started saying it, and then I don't think I say it.
You got me to. You started me on it.
I started you.
So listen, y'all want to hear?
You're in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan
Righteous,
Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah.
Y'all want to hear a funny story? We were in Sean's basement doing the Trackstarz show. This was well before we met our wives, and Sean's doorbell rang, and there was somebody upstairs that had ordered a pizza and just kind of came down the steps while we were doing the show, got the pizza, and went upstairs. And Sean was sitting there at the mic, and he was like, "This."
Notice it.
So yeah, so I
That's too funny. That's too funny, man.
So I can't lie.
That's funny.
Is this the way you say it? Yo. How you put it in present?
So I ain't gonna lie and say I don't say it. I say it sometimes when it matters. I call my dog an N-word.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, what's up, Mike? I say that. So I ain't gonna lie and say I don't say it. I don't say it on here, just because I know people. It's a sensitive thing. And I am trying to take into account that not just from the whole white thing is interesting, because I do think a lot of white people still don't get why they're not allowed to say it. So I try to be sensitive to that. But I'm more so curious about the old heads that are like old black guys that are like, we shouldn't be saying it because that word. Yeah, I know we say we flipped it, but it's the worst word in the dictionary. Yeah. So I'm sensitive to when I hear people say that. I'm like, okay, I see that. To me, it's a word I use just to be funny. That's really what it is. It's just funny. Like when I'm with my wife, I'm like, these N-words.
To me, it means it means ignorance of the highest level.
But so at the same time,
ignorant, you're like,
you're not allowed to say it. No matter what we say here, you're not allowed to say it.
But here's the thing, though. I feel like we give it a pass depending on the culture that you're in, right? Because every time I watch a Fat Joe video, that's all he's saying. Right? J-Lo got to say it in the Ja Rule song. So it's like,
got to say it.
Yeah.
She got it back.
Everybody gave backlash for that, though. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, if anybody's going to give a pass, they're going to give it to Eminem.
He got in trouble for that. He got in trouble for that.
Oh,
but
he said it? Or he wanted to say it?
Long time ago.
Okay.
But I am sympathetic to the fact that it is very confusing to our white brothers and sisters. We had a friend that was a rapper that was white, that we had to, he was white enough that he had to, we had to be like, bro, you not allowed, you gonna get in trouble. You can't say that.
He would say it to me all the time.
And I'm like, dude, it's confusing because you grow up on music and you hear your favorite rapper say it and you don't mean anything by it, so you just kind of grow up with it. But we had to tell him, like, bro, you gonna get like hurt. Like, you could get
We ain't gonna hurt you, but somebody gonna hurt you.
We love you. There's people who do not love you. They're gonna hurt you. So I'm just as a warning. So I understand that's confusing. Like, man, they saying it, but they saying we can't say it. You can't say it. Just don't say it. You're gonna get in trouble. For your safety, don't say it.
He didn't care. He felt he was enough of a. But he was enough on the minority side to be able to say he was Asian and white. So
he's Asian.
It's not
I
enough.
thought you was gonna say like
no,
like biracial.
But it's a dude that goes to my gym back home, and the first time I met him, because he's like Puerto Rican and black. Yeah. But he could pass for a Puerto Rican or white guy.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? But the first time I meet him, we in the sauna. He's like, yeah, man, this and this. I'm like, you know what I mean? And then because he could see I was getting uncomfortable.
Now you feel a responsibility to have to teach him. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he saw him getting uncomfortable. He's like, oh man, you don't like that I'm saying? I'm like, or he's like, what ethnicity do you think I am? I'm like, you probably Mexican because you keep saying, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, I'm Puerto Rican and black. My mom dark as you. And I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm still uncomfortable type vibes because he just saw that I was.
But
I don't understand. Just to piggyback off what you were saying, I don't necessarily see how it's confusing because we changed it for a term of endearment for us. Yeah. But your people gave us the word as a, you know what I'm saying, as ignorance, because I don't use it. My mom wasn't calling me ignorant today. She was like,
she was like, give me the cash out.
Yeah. I was kissing on her, and she, you know what I'm saying, she trying to cook.
Too much love.
Yeah, too much love. 'Cause I ain't seen her in a bit. I'm like, move. But yeah, it's like I think it's, to me, it's simple. Yeah. We changed it for us because y'all kept calling us that. So we're creative. Black people are creative. So we will see something that's bad and make it good. That's why we make the food we make. We got the last and the slops of something, and we made something that today is considered a delicacy. So it's like, it's just our creative ability to re-engineer something that may have been for our bad.
You think we'll ever win the Confederate flag?
Why would we want that?
Like, take it over? Like,
why would we want that?
Kanye did it.
He tried. I don't know if
But why would you want that?
I didn't see anybody else doing it.
Those jackets sold out.
Really?
I had one.
Really?
It worked for me.
I still pass by, like, you know, we're in Georgia, so I pass by license plates and I always be like,
I live in a city where downtown there is a
Show
store with.
Does that still own that store?
Ku Klux,
Does he still? Is he
died.
still alive?
He died.
But the
grandkids took
Then
over.
somebody else came and took it over and brought it back up.
I'm gonna
they have
resurrect this
Ku Klux
thing.
Klan robes. They got Confederate flags. They got so anybody thinking that this stuff is dead, this man was standing on a hill with a flag saying, I am not giving up my racism no matter what. Yeah. There's people out there who will still feel this way. So that's why I'm sensitive to being like, okay, maybe I shouldn't say it just because there are people, our parents dealt with this way worse than us. Yeah. And that word is still painful to them. Yeah. So I get it. I'm still wrestling with that myself.
I feel that.
So yeah, I just wanted to address it because some people were like, well, I don't get it. And
I never heard my dad say it, so it never really was a thing of my vocabulary.
Yeah. And that's another thing, too. Like, my mom and dad had me at a young age, so it's like I kind of grew up with my parents. Oh, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom had me at 19. Oh, wow. So it's like I've heard my mom say everything before I was 5. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just I don't want to say cultural thing, but how you was raised.
Yeah, that matters.
You know what I'm saying? Because
to me, it's whatever your parents did, it feels different than how other people may take it. And then it's just a matter of, okay, should I be sensitive to this, kind of like in a Paul way, where it's like if it offends you, even though it's not offensive to me, should I? That's the decision I think people are asking about. Right. How did you come to the decision that this is not one of the ones I'm going to compromise on? I'm going to say this because I say this.
Yeah, literally. That's because I say it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's a bad thing. I already don't overuse it. You know what I'm saying? I don't use it in every song. So
yeah, it's interesting. Things, All right, well, that's the answer. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
That's the answer.
Then look no further than the music submission tool by Trackstarz. Trackstarz has been in the industry for well over a decade and is the #4 music submission site in the world. Our goal is to make sure your music is put in front of the right people. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and sign up today.
All right, back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
All right, Trackstarz is partnered with Flavor Fest for the Atlanta tour, so make sure it's June 10th that you are in the building. And the Trackstarz will be doing a workshop. Sean, you want to talk about the workshop?
Can we? I didn't know you were going to do that.
Yeah,
but
Ryan's on the flyer.
Are you on the flyer?
There's no flyer.
It is.
No, it's not.
I can show you. Ryan Moore.
Why
are you serious?
Yep.
Why they always stick Ryan on everything?
They sent me promo because I'm the communicator of the group. They sent me a promo, but I didn't even see Trackstarz.
Is your face stuff with the promo?
No.
That's what's up. Right,
I think they think I don't know how that happened.
So you want me to show you? I'll show you.
Show me,
please show me too. We're going to be talking about YouTube hacks. So just tricks on how to do better on YouTube, how to grow your channels, things like that. So if you're interested in that, come out and see us in Atlanta.
I'm surprised the group hadn't trolled me on that. Y'all usually troll me whenever my face pops up on stuff. Like the magazines and stuff. Y'all be like, well, how did you get...
And we talking about Ja?
Yes, we are.
And that fits right where we was going before.
Yeah, because Parris said something that I thought was going to tie into that Ja conversation for real.
All right, so So Ja Morant has gotten in trouble again. So a month ago, he got in trouble for a bunch of things. There was an incident where a young man at his house, I believe, beat him up, flashed a gun, allegedly. And then another one where Indiana Pacers, they were in a car and they saw a red beam on them. That was allegedly. And then he flashed a gun at a strip club. Mm-hmm. That happened, so I ain't gonna say allegedly. Yeah. So he got in trouble for that. He got sat down for 8 days?
8 games.
8 games. So 16 days total, I think. Mm-hmm. And then he went down to Florida, I think, for like a quick rehab situation. Then came back and then he got kicked out of the playoffs, obviously. And then 52 days later, see him on IG, his friend's IG, flashing a gun again. His friend tried to shoot him some bail,
super quick. He tried.
Man, he was like, "Oh."
I don't think he knew that was going to happen. Honestly,
can't do that on the internet because they screenshot that joint.
I don't think he knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I watched the video and I couldn't tell until they slowed it down.
Oh yeah,
and then he was just like, and they were partying with
so him. So he's in hot water again. Adam Silver looked shook. He was like, I can't believe. So as of right now, we don't know what's the result, right? They haven't announced.
The result yet.
Some people saying 25 games, some people saying half the year, some people saying the whole year. Yeah. He already lost out on the Supermax because he didn't make the All-NBA teams, none of them. And people believe it's because of what happened to him, what he did, that he didn't make the All-NBA. So he's lost out on $40 million. He's about to get another suspension.
Yeah.
What would you say to a young man if you knew him, Ja Morant? And what's going on with him? What do you see?
So, my first question would be, what do you value, right? Because it might not be money. You might not value money. I would think that if you were a superstar in the NBA and you've come this far, that you would value what you can do for your family and other people. Because he has a small daughter, and parents that he takes care of. So for me, it's like I just left church this morning. I went to mass men's ministry at my church, and they were just talking about, they were really zoned in on leaving an inheritance for your children's children.
Okay.
Right? When you make those type of mistakes, you're cutting the bloodline down. I mean, I know you got a lot more still can come through, but you're still, somebody's $40 million, that's $40 million they're not going to have, right? And so I was watching Charles Barkley, and a lot of spectators are saying he might be done in the NBA after this situation.
He's too good, bro.
I think he's really good too. But as far as like their tolerance level, like you just apologized and then you did it again. Like it wasn't even 2 years down the line you did it and it came back up. Like, this was a month later. So to me, it's like, what do you value? Because, I said I was gonna go back to Parris on this because he had said something about when you sat down for this interview and you were like, nah, I'm not doing that. That's not how I get down and I roll. So if he's in the same situation where is somebody influencing him, or is he influencing somebody? I know you mentioned that on our call, too.
Yeah, everybody's saying his friends might be whack, but he may be the one influencing his friends.
And that's the thing, too, is like, we talk about this all the time where you get the money and you go away from the hood, right? You leave the hood antics on the table, too, like cut all that off. Like, you can still keep your boys, but, if you want to bring them along with you, pay them some money to stay straight. Like, hey, you can come hang out and stuff, take care of your bills at home, take care of your family. But when we're on the road doing, smart stuff, smart decisions. So,
that's good. That's a good question.
I think he's being influenced by music, bro. I think he's being influenced by like the NBA young boys and all these other cats. And I think he is a kid that came from, I don't think he had a horrible background. I think he's a good kid. He's a good kid, middle class kid. And I think the power of money and the power of fame and the power of influence from different rappers is getting to his head. And I think that he may feel some stuff. I mean, like even the thing about him going to a mall because his mother felt disrespected by somebody, and instead of calling his father, he called her. I mean, he called him, and he came up there and trying to show out there. So, I mean, at the end of the day, maybe we don't know. We don't know. We like you said, we thinking the friend is the influencer. And he could be just riding with Ja. Ja could be about that life.
The crazy thing about it is, what happens if he is carrying that gun and somebody who is a shooter for real tests him? Are you taking down a body and throwing all of this away? Or are you, hey, I'm not about that life. Like, what are you doing there? But here's a question I have for you, Parris. If you found out that Ja was listening to your music and he wanted to, talk to you about, like, the last song you made, what would you be able to say to him in that instance to kind of, like, talk to him about the pattern he's going down? If he's listening to your music, though.
And he's still acting the same way?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
That's kind of messed up.
It is.
Man, if he listening to me and he still feel like he doing that, maybe it's just him. My main thing was like, why is it necessary to pull your gun out?
Yeah.
You just riding around and
you just riding around in the car listening to like music. Like, why do you have to pull your gun out?
Yeah.
Or are you in a strip club? Like, why do you got to pull your gun out? I don't know what I would say to him because I don't have any thoughts on Ja Morant.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if it doesn't affect me, it don't affect me. So it's like if he hasn't learned after the first time, or like it's on him.
Yeah.
I don't really have. I will never get the chance to probably talk to Ja Morant, so I don't have any thoughts on what I would say to him.
So forget Ja Morant. There's probably some Ja Morants that you have access to, right? So a young man who likes hip hop that is trying to emulate the guys he likes. Because I mean, it's not like he's doing something new. Like this is what we see in a lot of hip hop.
I'm about to tell you some questions I already asked.
Go ahead.
I don't know if y'all heard my project, the Deluxe, 2045, the Deluxe with the fire.
Yeah.
I have a dude on there named Creo. He's a secular artist. He carry a gun and all that. The question I have is like, why you got a gun? You got a daughter. You live in a nice part of town. Like, why are you carrying a gun?
Pay
right
security.
Now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not even pay security. You don't need it. You don't have any ops. You're going to your mom's house. You know what I'm saying? So I just asked some questions. It's like I don't have, because I think as Christians we make the mistake of trying to change someone, and it's like, man, maybe you're just supposed to ask the right questions, listen, like figure out, like what he said, like maybe it's Ja influencing them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's not his friends. So it's like all we can do is ask the right questions to get them to maybe think like, man, this isn't maybe the best way I should go. Like trying to give somebody, like my experience of dealing with dudes that's really in the street, trying to give them advice on a whim because they're in trouble never works. They don't want to hear what you got to say because they're into what they're into. And just because they'll take it, I've been in situations, they'll take it as, oh, you think you better than me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, bro, I'm just seeing what you're doing and it doesn't look pleasing. And it just never goes well. So to me, it's just about asking questions to make them say what it is they really want or what it is they want with what they're doing or what they're trying to do in their future. And that's why I brought up Creo. He's like that. It's just like, I'm going to just ask you the right questions to make you start thinking for yourself. It's I can't just give you advice. You're not going to take it, especially if you ain't asked me for it.
But what I guess what is the draw? So he's getting a lot of flack because they're saying, man, you had a 2-parent household, you grew up in the suburbs, you went to a private school, this and that you ain't about that life. From my experience, when somebody says you ain't about that life,
that's like
that
trigger.
Pushes you to be like, well, let me show you I'm about that life.
So he's Papa Doc.
I just
Is
don't
he Papa
think-
Doc? No, I'm serious. I'm being asked a real question. Is he Papa Doc? If you ever saw 8 Mile, is he Papa Doc? Meaning like he grew up nice and all this other stuff, but that gangster life
is appealing
to him.
I just think that
Papa Ja.
I think the problem with what you just said, I think a lot of people are trying to use that tactic with him. It's like, you ain't even about this, you this, and you. I think that pushes him closer to it than further away from it. When you say, oh, you a fake, you ain't really about this, in his mind, he's like, oh, they don't know me. I am really about
But
this.
that's what I'm saying.
And he's said that before too, like on camera. Like I've been about that. I'm gonna stay on that. We've been on that. It's like, been on what? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just a question. What have you been on? Like every time I hear about you is you play AAU with Zion Williamson, who grew up in a white neighborhood. So how you play AAU with him, but you been on that? Like your dad had you at 6 a.m. in the backyard running laps. Like what did you do? You know what I'm saying? So
well, what if he's new to been on that?
No, I don't think so. So
you can't unless they taking money from you.
No,
that's that too.
So
extortion.
Just I mean, you guys. Okay, so growing up in Florida, I grew up in Florida, right? The area I grew up in is Miramar, Pembroke Pines area, right? Fort Lauderdale, that zone. That's technically suburbs of Miami, right? So the people there didn't have a real reason to act like that.
Yeah.
However, because of influence, music, I live near like Trick Daddy, lived in Miramar too, in the same area. So it's not like an area where you gotta fear for your life. I mean, there was issues, there was gangs around there, and this stuff happened in but I never felt like I gotta be like hard. I'm hard. I'm this. There's a temptation to do that.
Yeah.
There's no real reason.
Yeah.
You're not from the mud or anything like that. That's not what you're from. But because of the culture, when you're in a school full of people that are from all over the place, you are tempted to live that life even if you have no reason to live that life. You kind of adopt reasons to live it because of who you hang around. Now you adopt their problems and their struggles. So even though he didn't come from it, he may have been like this for a long time.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like the calling him whack for doing that. I think that pushes people closer to that.
But at the same time, I think the difference is the people that's calling him out on it. Like some of them guys that I'm thinking about, some of them dudes was in the streets. Like they're basketball players, but they was in the streets.
They can look at you.
Yeah, they can look at you like, though, that's not you. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Type of vibe. Like, why are you trying to do something that you're not?
So what is the appeal I grew up around kids that they wish they were from the hood. They wish they were
New news. You grew up around a lot of new news.
Yeah, but I mean,
you live your life like me. You live your life through movies.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
Like I have to think, oh, he's talking about ATL now. Okay, so, but they wish they had that kind of backstory because those people got praised.
Yeah.
Yep.
But see, that's the problem with our community. We don't praise people who are doing quote unquote good. We don't praise the doctors, the lawyers, the people like that. Personally, maybe in your personal family. But as a community, you look down at that person like they ain't down or they're not this or they're not that, which is bad, which should be the opposite. You should be looking down on people who doing criminal activity versus praising them and giving them movie deals and giving them TV shows versus giving somebody who's a law-abiding citizen who's doing quote-unquote right by their family, right by their friends, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I think we're that doesn't look appealing. That's not. It's almost like eating good. Like when you decide to say, "Hey, I'm gonna really eat healthy." That when you first start off eating healthy is not. It don't look good. It's not appealing. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy when everybody else is on. It's almost like when you talk about Christian hip hop to somebody who don't understand Christian hip hop, they be like, "Why y'all listening to that?" You know what I mean? I remember one time this dude was like, "Why y'all listening to such and such? He sounds just like that dude. Why don't you just listen to that dude and first listen to such and such?" But I'm like, I think at the same time, sometimes we got to, as a community, lift up people who are stronger people and who are doing things that are building up our community like we used to do in the past. When we did in the past and years ago, African Americans would lift up engineers, poets, different type of people doing different things, and then for some strange reason we got away from that, looking down at that like it's ignorance or it's stupid.
I don't think it's strange, or I know it's not strange because it is a conditioning that happened in like the late 80s, early 90s. Yeah. Where I don't know, but the higher ups, the men and this is, I'm going to paraphrase a lot of stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that I just heard. Essentially, a meeting went on.
Oh, we talked about this.
You know what I'm saying?
You should have been here last time.
For real?
Yeah, like, we talked about what you saying. The letter.
Yeah, they made prisons. Yeah. They made a bunch of private-owned prisons, and they had to fill them up. So they start putting down the Public Enemies, the Queen Latifahs, the positive rap, and reconditioning the children of the 80s and 90s of thug gang. That's all they're pushing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it just conditioned us to that is what we now, you know what I'm saying? This is what they was trying to like get us to. It's like, it's not our community. It's just, it's embedded in us from those times, how they conditioned us through our music. Yeah. Because our music, like in those times, we were conditioned us because the rappers, the people that was giving us the music we was listening to was bigging those people up. So it's like, oh, as a community, that's what we gonna do. But then when it changed, it's like, oh, like, let's kill each other. Let's drink. Let's smoke. Let's, you know what I'm saying, have sex. Let's party up. Party. And it's like, man, like, where's the... And then you get one or two conscious artists. Yeah. Kendrick and J. Cole. Yeah. And even still, they cuss up a storm. They talk about, you know what I'm saying, sex. They, you know what I'm saying, it's still a piece of it, but I don't think it's by accident or coincidence that it's a conditioning that we have that we just need more people to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think it's about money, and that's why I don't think money is changing his mind. It's this mentality that I need to impress these guys, my friends. I want them to think I'm cool. I want them to think I want respect from them, and I want the attention of girls. So when you grow up in an environment where those kind of guys get respect and get attention
and get the girls,
you want to emulate that. Yeah. And it's just this air, this feeling in the air that when you're around other brothers, you have to kind of put on this attitude like you ain't gonna test me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna disrespect me. You ain't gonna punk me. It's like that. So there's always tension. Like you go to certain places, even as brothers, you kind of like. You know what I mean? You gotta guard yourself because you don't know how people gonna respond to you. And I think that's what I believe this is for, is to cut through all of that and show kids that you do not have to act like that. Yeah, that is not cool. Mm-hmm. I know they made it look cool, but it is not cool. There's a different way to be. That's why we have conversations like this, so you can see black men talking to each other about life, and we not talking about slanging and like that's not cool to us.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of us that feel that way. It's not we're not that much of a minority.
Yeah.
So I hate that that's seems to be what he desires. And my constant goal with Trackstarz, with the music we support, is to try to counteract that influence.
Yep.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. But I'm praying that with this community, we're inspiring artists, we're inspiring creatives, we're sending people out that can tell these kids that is not cool. The stuff that NBA Youngboy does, the stuff that these people that is not cool.
Yeah.
That's why we were gonna talk about what's the boy name? J. Cole and
J. Cole with Lil Durk.
Lil Durk. I appreciate that song because this is a positive song, right? They may turn around and do something that's not positive.
Yeah.
But I want to encourage everybody to say that's a good song. Why we can make those. That's cool in it. They're being positive, bigging up their community, blah blah blah. We can have a culture, even if you're not a Christian, where we make music that's uplifting and not downgrading. That I believe that's possible.
Yeah.
So that's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
So hopefully that can get through his heart. God, this is what I pray for Ja. I pray that God is knocking on his heart, bothering him like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. And maybe the situation, the punishment, the suspensions, the getting in trouble will be God's way of saying, I need you. I need your heart. I need your heart. This ain't you. I made you. I actually know who you are. So that's my prayer for him.
Okay.
Let's get back into it. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Wright, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go. Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Wright, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Was good.
All right, for all things Trackstarz, make sure you go to trackstarz.com. Follow us on Instagram, like the Facebook page, and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Arlo.
Is you think he's telling the truth? What he said?
About what?
Being the hottest rapper since him?
Hottest white rapper since him.
Yeah.
Who are the contestants? Let's figure it out. Who are the contestants? NF, is he one? Who else is a prominent white rapper since him? G-Eazy?
G-Eazy. But he kind of fell off. It all depends on Logic. I don't know how y'all put Logic in. Somebody said Russ.
Russ? Okay. I thought this would be easier to figure out. Who else we got?
Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly. So you may be telling the truth?
There's not a lot of white rappers? What happened to
Post Malone.
What happened to all the white rappers?
Mac Miller, Macklemore.
Mac Miller. He was very good. Very good. Macklemore. No. Wow. Is he right?
Bubba Sparks.
That was
That was the same time as him. Like early him.
Oh, man. Is
Bubba
he right?
doesn't make my list.
There's no more white rappers. Where are all the white rappers at?
Little Dicky.
Andy Mineo.
Andy Mineo.
B. Cooper. We saw name of ours.
Oh,
Arsa.
yeah.
Wow. I mean, he's in the running for talking about
Fate.
lyricist wise. I can't.
You think he's better than NF?
Oh, forgot about him.
As far as
Oh no, this argument's over then.
punchlines and metaphors, yeah.
Yeah, this is.
Oh
over.
wow.
Punchlines and metaphors, he's better.
No.
NF is better at making songs. But Jack Harlow based on what he just did, he's a spitter.
Yeah.
Now NF can do that too, but not as much on the punchlines and metaphor side. He's a little more straightforward.
I'm disappointed in that response.
Oh, you disagree?
NF is ridiculous.
Do we need to do an NF Jack Harlow?
Yes, we do.
Their music is
If-
kind of different.
it's completely
I'm just saying,
different.
but if we're talking about lyrics, who would you give it to? NF or Jack Harlow?
I'm gonna say Jack. I think Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow reminds me of like. He reminds me of that. And it's gonna sound crazy. Big Sean.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just pure
Yeah.
rhymes.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I mean. NF is a good songwriter. What he's saying
He can
is
good
deep
rapper.
and important. He's a good rapper.
Yeah.
But when you're just talking
That's-
about just Philly,
Face, yeah.
New York, just rapping, just barring people up,
Yeah.
that's Jack.
Okay.
You don't agree?
I'm not into that.
We could tell.
We know. Even though your boy is one of the best.
Who?
Stacks.
Of course.
Stacks is one of the best at that.
3 Stacks. Oh, okay.
Metaphors, flow, rhyming. He's one of the best.
But I think the reason why I'm saying, because NF is not a lyricist. Do y'all think he's a lyricist?
I think a lot of people do believe he is, but I think those people don't know what we mean by lyricist. It's a difference. Like he writes really good lyrics.
Yeah.
But Tupac to me wasn't a lyricist.
Yeah, I don't think Tupac was either.
He's a poet.
Yeah.
But lyricist is specific. What we mean by lyricist is setups, punchlines, metaphors, flow, rhyme scheme.
I just think
really
NF
it's just a metaphor.
I just think NF he's a good rapper and he's good at what he does and he's good like telling his story. But when I'm listening to Jack Harlow, he's witty, he's clever, he's
it's
the
wit.
Yeah, he's not. It's not just rapping. You know what I mean?
Because honestly, even Eminem is the greatest to me technically sound rapper.
Yeah,
he's better than anybody I could think of as far as just getting the words in the right spot. But he's not super metaphor witty guy. I wouldn't give him that.
You don't think so?
No, not Eminem. Eminem is really good at flow and just getting the details right.
All right, so M or 3 Stacks?
As far as what? Just punchlines and
just rapping, period.
See, to me, I don't even consider, they're not the ones I think of first. I think of people like Cassidy, Fabulous, like just
no,
straight
I'm talking
up.
about between them as artists, who are you giving it to?
My favorite is 3000.
So you're giving it 3 Stacks?
He's my favorite artist, but if you're just talking about rap skill, Eminem is more technical. Like I said, he's more technical. But I just think Andre 3000 says things that I'm just like, wow, I can't believe you said that.
You don't think M does that?
He does too, but just in a
like
totally different
M.
way. Yeah, in a different way.
So what album was that for 3 Stacks you saying?
It was AT Aliens.
So a verse off AT Aliens versus a verse off the Eminem Show. Who you going with?
It's just different parts of my brain. It's Eminem says things that I'm shocked because he says things that are shocking.
Yeah.
Andre 3000 flows in a way that is shocking to me. You know, it's not just Eminem said things that were like, what did he just say about so and so? Like it's shocking that kind of way.
Yeah.
But Andre is he just feels like an older brother. Like if your older brother was just kicking wisdom to you. Yeah. That's what he feels like to me. And I just
Do you think anybody beats him doing that?
At what I just said? No. Yeah. He's the best at that giving wisdom as like that OG elder statesman, OG, like let me kick game to you.
I'm just talking about even from his class, because I mean he's a 90s. He come from the 90s.
He's my favorite, so yeah.
Got you. Wow.
So, but back to what Jack Harlow is good at. To me, that's Biggie, that's Fabulous, that's Cassidy, that's Big L.
Yeah.
People who could just it sound like a freestyle every time they write. Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
They're the best at just spitting bars.
Yeah.
And that's what, to me, NF and those people aren't as good at.
Yeah.
That's my take. Some people said Nas. Yeah. Like, it's just a different style of rap. It just depends on what you like. I would say you like, what do you like?
I mean, I like 3 Stacks.
Yeah, but you don't like his style of writing. What's your favorite style of rap?
Style of rap?
Just crunk?
Probably Lil Wayne.
T.I.
Lil Wayne?
Yeah, like early Lil Wayne. Like I liked early Wayne.
I don't get him because he says he doesn't like lyrics, but then he picks some of the most lyrical people.
Yeah.
Lil
Well,
Wayne,
like,
Andre 3000.
6 foot, 7 foot is probably one of my favorite Wayne.
But see, he doesn't like them.
Destroys
He doesn't like
that
them for. I think he likes it because of the music and how it makes you feel.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it because
to the punchlines. You don't care about the metaphors and those.
I do. Like Lil Wayne says stuff where I'm like, especially in that 6 foot, 7 foot, like that thing is ridiculous.
It's surprising to me that you would use him and not somebody like Twista that just goes fast. Like you seem to love just.
No, because I like to be able to like keep up with you. I can't keep up with Twista. You can keep up with him.
I don't get it. Right.
You know.
I don't get it.
Yeah, nah, Lil Wayne like a Millie, like come on, that stuff was just.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Okay.
I think if I have to say like. My favorites, like my list is different from everybody. I got in my top 5. I got Lil Wayne, Ludacris, T.I., Big Boy, and Andre.
All Atlanta.
Well, everybody down the street. Everybody down the street. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
South to the core.
Yeah, it is.
But you know what's so funny? I don't think I have somebody in the South in my top 5.
Not even Andre.
I don't think so.
Luda is like
Well, your top 5 is Big E, obviously.
Yeah, Big E, Jay, Nas. Trying to think, Big L.
So everybody just down the street from you.
No, not down the street from me. I'm from New Jersey.
Yeah, but I mean down the
yeah.
across the bridge.
I think my 5th person would probably be Wayne. Probably would be Wayne. Now as I think about it,
Interesting.
Wayne's probably real good.
No Method Man, no Jada Kiss.
In top 5? I've never heard anybody.
You said that like it's just
I've never heard anybody. To me, I see them as like, you know.
You said that like it was disappointing in your top 5.
They're good to me.
You know, like Soulja Boy with
But I mean,
Drake.
honestly, but for being real, I don't think people put.
I love Jada
I don't
Kiss
think.
and
I
Method
think
Man.
Jada Kiss is dope, but I think he spoke that into existence. Like I'm the top 5 dead or
No,
alive.
but he's good though.
He's good, but I think people don't give him that credit as the Biggies.
we gotta split it. If we're just talking about lyrics, he's another one of those metaphor bar him up.
Yeah.
type
Wait, hold
people.
on. Who's your top 5, real quick?
Oh, I didn't know you were gonna do that. 3,000. Eminem, Wayne, Jay, Biggie.
Nobody said no Christian hip hop artists. Why not?
Because they're not top 5.
Why are we doing this, Sean?
We're hoping.
Why are we doing
We're
this?
hoping one day we can say that. But I thought Lecrae was in your top 5.
I mean, he is, but I thought we were talking about mainstream, so that's why I was like,
Where does he fit on your top 5?
oh man,
Who you knocking out?
oh that's Big Boy. I'm knocking Big Boy out.
Oh, thank God.
Dang, Sean.
Yeah, I think though overall it starts with Lecrae, and it starts with Lecrae because of the
Crazy number 1.
number one because of the relationship to where I am when I'm listening to his music. Like I'm on a guy vibe. I need to hear bars about like don't y'all know Don't Waste My Life is probably one of my top
They
favorite
said
songs.
y'all ain't got no love for the West.
I have no love for the
Honestly, I did think about somebody. I thought
have no
about
love for
T-Bone
the
more
West.
than anybody, but I mean, you know what's so funny? I think what it is people's careers in the West Coast kind of like careers.
You could have let it go and you didn't.
I know.
You're a bad friend. You're a bad friend.
Ryan doesn't like me. I came to that conclusion. I was telling my wife
on the
that.
phone for an hour yesterday.
I was telling my wife that I was like in the car. He always plays me.
No.
Even in the stuff that don't even relate no more to me, he still brings it up.
No. Me and Jeremiah got this joking relationship, so I just like it. I like to pick at it.
But I mean, I could see somebody. I could see early Ice Cube could be in my top 5. I mean, certain stuff.
Ice Cube.
I mean, his early stuff was really, really profound in thinking. Maybe Snoop too, but I think Snoop kind of fell off though. Like after a while, he
Snoop
started.
wouldn't make my top 5.
Who are y'all saying from the West? Is it? Are y'all saying we should have Tupac in there?
I mean, Tupac.
Tupac don't like me. You know what I'm saying? I was a Bad Boy fan, so after the end of Hit 'Em Up, he said,
Oh,
if you
yeah,
like
Hit 'Em
Bad
Up.
Boy too,
He said,
F
"Yo,
you
man."
too.
Yeah,
I say,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
I don't know you, so what did I do to you?
Took it personal.
I took it personal. So to this day, people, you can play any Tupac song around me besides Hit 'Em Up. If you play Hit 'Em Up, I'm like, turn that off, please.
Yeah.
But the people that are on my bench are Fabulous. What's the name? Lupe. People like that. Cassidy.
Cassidy on your what's name?
As rappers,
As a
yeah,
rapper?
he's a good
I mean, I think he's good, but
We should do our dream team with the bench.
All right, we could do that. Yo, thank you guys for hanging out with us, man. We love y'all. Again, Patreon coming soon. Go to patreon.com/Trackstarz Universe to get on the waiting list. If you're already one of the Universe members, we'll tell you how to transfer over once it launches. I'm hoping to launch the week after Memorial Day.
Cool.
All right, so that's my personal target for getting it up and running. So please join us in the universe. We're gonna have more content, exclusive content. We're gonna do all kinds of cool stuff for the Patreon. So please join us there, and just pray for us, man. If you ever think about us, pray for us. We're a media company. We do a lot of things other than this show during the week. So we face challenges all the time. So just pray for us. Pray that God will take us to where He wants us to be. And your support means the world to us. So
Yeah.
we love y'all. Let's get back into it. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Now, I'm in the field with Trackstarz right now. I had a blessed time. Hopefully, you guys are listening. If you're not, then you're losing.